Welcome to the Moon and Gemini podcast. I am your witch in residence, April Edwards. This is a deep dive on the Natal Ascendant's story, your persona, destiny, and first impressions. When most people first encounter astrology, they learn their sun sign. Later, they discover their moon, and eventually, if they stay, they meet their ascendant. The ascendant is not louder than the sun, nor is it deeper than the moon, but it is a place where your life begins. It is the eastern horizon at the moment you were born, the exact degree rising into visibility. It marks the boundary between the unseen and the seen. It is the first breath of your chart, and because of that, it carries a particular kind of authority. The ascendant is often reduced to how people see you, quote unquote. That's not wrong, but it's incomplete. The ascendant describes the lens through which life enters you and the mask through which you meet it. It governs your instinctive reactions, your posture in new environments, your physical presence, and your default orientation towards the world. It is the doorway of the chart. Every house system begins there. Every planetary placement is filtered through it. It sets the tone. Two people with identical sun and moon placements can live entirely different lives if their ascendants differ, because their approach differs. The ascendant is the style of engagement. There's a misconception that the ascendant is fake, a performance layer you eventually shed, but the ascendant is not false. It is adaptive. It develops early because it must. As children, we learn how to survive the environment we're born into. The ascendant often describes the strategy we adopt, quickly and instinctive. An Aries ascendant may have learned that assertion keeps them safe. A Virgo ascendant may have learned that competence prevents chaos, and a Scorpio ascendant may have learned that privacy maintains power. This is not deception, it is design. Over time, however, the ascendant can harden into persona, a version of yourself that works so well externally that it overshadows your internal truth. The work is not to discard the ascendant. The work is to consciously inhabit it. The ascendant governs first impressions, but more importantly, it governs projection. Others meet your ascendant before they meet anything else. They respond to your tone, your body language, your pace, your energetic signature. This can create misunderstandings. A Capricorn ascendant might be perceived as distant when they are simply cautious. Gemini ascendant may be perceived as scattered when they are processing rapidly. Leo ascendant may be perceived as dominant when they are simply expressive. Your ascendant is often what people react to, positively or negatively, before they know you. Understanding this changes how you navigate the world. It gives you awareness of what you're broadcasting without trying to. Here's where we move deeper. The ascendant is not only persona, it is trajectory, because it begins the first house, the house of identity and embodiment. It sets the developmental arc of the entire chart. The ruling planet of your ascendant becomes crucial. Its placement tells you where life consistently directs you. If your ascendant ruler is in the 10th house, public life shapes you. If it's in the 4th, private foundations define you. And if it's in the 7th, relationship becomes the mirror of selfhood. The ascendant is not passive. It pulls. It draws experience towards you in order to refine the self. Not in a fatalistic sense, but in a developmental one. Life keeps shaping the identity promised by the horizon. The ascendant also governs the body, not just appearance, but physical vitality, movement, how you take up space. It describes how you inhabit incarnation. Fire rising signs tend towards immediacy and heat. Earth rising towards steadiness and density. Air rising towards lightness and responsiveness. And water rising towards permeability and sensitivity. Your body often expresses your ascendant before your mind does. When you are stressed, your ascendant patterns intensify. When you are centered, it becomes fluid rather than rigid. The ascendant can become overdeveloped. This happens when you identify solely with your coping strategy. You suppress your sun or moon to maintain your image, or when you become overly invested in how you are perceived. For example, a Libra ascendant who over-identifies with harmony may avoid necessary conflict in relationships for years. A Sagittarius ascendant who over-identifies with freedom may resist commitment even when it's aligned. Growth comes when you realize the ascendant is the doorway, not the entire house. It is how you enter life, not all that you are. To live consciously through your ascendant means to recognize your instinctive style, understand how others perceive you, strengthening the ruling planet in your chart, and softening rigidity without losing clarity. You do not outgrow your ascendant. You mature it. When mature, the ascendant becomes charisma without effort, presence without performance, authority without defensiveness. It becomes embodied selfhood. Your ascendant is the moment